is a beautiful 41-degree day in the New York City area as we welcome you indoors to Madison Square Garden. Look at the starting lineups for the Lakers. Glen Rice, A.C. Green, Shaquille O'Neal, Ron Harper, Kobe Bryant, the Knicks, Latrell Sprewell, Larry Johnson, Patrick Ewing in the backcourt, Charlie Ward, and Allan Houston. Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Mark. Doug talked about the Knicks being healthy. They're not 100%. Marcus Camby says he still has some swelling in that injured knee. And Patrick Ewing has suffered from the flu the last couple of days. Said he didn't practice much yesterday, but he is set to go today. I also talked with Allan Houston. Allan Houston said in the last 4 games, the Knicks have found that little thing mentally that's got them playing really scrappy the way they played when they made it all the way to the finals of last year. Patrick says it'll take more than scrappy today because this is going to be a war. Marv?
All right, thanks, Ahmad. As you see, the Knicks have had great success at home against Western teams. The Lakers with excellent work against the East. 23 up, 3 down overall. Lakers control the opening tip. O'Neal goes right to work and rebounded by Sprewell.
Well, it's key that Patrick Ewing must stay out of foul trouble, Marv. He cannot pick up 2 early fouls. He needs to be out on the floor today for 30-35 minutes.
Larry Johnson, played by A.C. Green, and Ewing to the fadeaway. Patrick Ewing also telling us that he's suffering with a slight case of whiplash off a collision he had with Marcus Camby in Charlotte on Friday night.
Well, Shaq's not going to help that today with the way he lowers that shoulders and delivers whiplashes to the opposing centers.
We are just underway at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks have not fared well with noon starts in the past. They actually have had some disasters here at home. Lakers coming off the win over the Pistons in Detroit Friday after being upset by the Wizards to stop the 19-game win streak. O'Neal going at Ewing, and it's a 2-0 Laker lead.
See, Mark, I think when that ball goes into the post to Patrick and you get a little help and he gives it up, I think you've got to make it more difficult for him to get that ball back. That was too easy.
Here's Ward for 3. Charlie Ward, who hit 4 from downtown on Friday night against the Hornets. He was on fire, 8 for 10 from the field overall, and he opens up by hitting the 3.
Well, he shoots over 40% on the year, so he's a very underrated shooter.
Kept alive by Harper. Kobe Bryant being played by Latrell Sprewell, able to whip right by him.
What a matchup that is going to be. Energy, quickness, toughness. Kobe Bryant and Latrell Sprewell.
Lakers 4 and the Knicks 3. Obviously the early start not affecting Kobe. Houston for the Los Angeles Lakers. This game 4 of a 5-game road swing. Once again, Kobe able to do it off the dribble that time against Houston. Sprewell, yes.
That's a critical matchup there, Mark, because he's got the energy and the ability off that dribble to create shots. So Sprewell is going to be very important, not just with his scoring, but his passing today.
Bryant. Ewing came over to help Larry Johnson on the push.
Kobe Bryant, the electric first step, the hesitation, and then the powerful finish. Recognizing Larry Johnson is back there, and he delivers the vicious slam dunk. And then Sprewell off the quick screen. A.C. Green does not show out, and that little quick jump shot by Sprewell. You'll see a lot of that today, especially from the middle of the floor.
And Doug, Shaquille O'Neal at 51% for the season, but in recent weeks has improved his marksmanship at the line.
Well, you know, I think really it goes back to that Portland game, Marvin, late January, where Shaquille was taken out of the game by Phil Jackson with 12 seconds to go down 2 because he couldn't make free throws. Since that point in time, Shaquille took that very personally and is shooting over 60%. Now, that's not going to win the league scoring or the free throw percentage, but if he can shoot 60%, they're going to be tough to beat.
But you can see the confidence and
yes.
the delivery, the release is much better than it had been in the past. Offensive foul. It's on Johnson, so that is his second. Lakers 6 and the Knicks 5. 3 minutes gone by. Harper lost it. Ward with the steal. Oh, what a pass. Ward for Ewing.
overtime. You know, Shaq has got a little bit of a sore hamstring, Marv, and he's not been running as well, and Patrick took advantage of it that time.
Knicks by one. Another bad pass. Ward on the intercept. Sprewell is open. Sprewell. Jeff Van Gundy was telling us earlier in talking about the bad starts on the early games that the Knicks cannot afford to go down 8-10 points against a club like the Lakers, because if that happens, fouls called on Ewing is first. It could be over early.
Well, I told Jeff before the game, I said, Jeff, you got to start putting some extra shots of espresso and some lattes on these guys' desks to get them fired up here before the game. And I used to do that with Joe D in Detroit. He would get into the sweat and come out. He'd be ready to roll in that first quarter.
So a little extra latte for Joe Dumars.
Exactly
I see.
right.
Did it work?
It exactly worked. He's going into the Hall of Fame.
All right, Harper for three. Ron Harper still very dangerous and has had a solid season for Phil Jackson in Los Angeles.
Well, he's sort of a glue for this team. He'll make those kind of shots, but really what he does is just facilitate their offense, get them where they need to be, and then plays excellent defense.
A technical foul call on the Knicks. Jeff Van Gundy hit with the technical by Steve Javie. And Glen Rice will shoot the tee. Steve Javie is not an official that you want to mess with.
No, and you know, he's a very good official, but he's not going to let you get away with much. He's going to stop it early. Marv, especially in an emotional game like this. You've been in this Garden for some huge games. There's electricity in this. This is a big, big game for both of these teams. And Patrick Ewing, you see him there with the good position defense against Shaquille O'Neal. That's what the argument was all about.
Lakers 9, Knicks 7. Houston off the dribble, beats Rice, and then is fouled. AC Green came over to help, called for the foul.
See, I would love to see Allan Houston do more of this. Rather than take that one dribble pull-up jump shot, to get in the lane, he's a tremendous leaper. Use that ability, Marv, to get to the free throw line more so he doesn't put so much pressure on his jump shooting.
AC Green raising his hand, trying to pick up the foul, but it's called on Shaquille O'Neal.
And Allan Houston, you see what he's doing, you know, last year as opposed to this season. His numbers are up, his shooting is up, and he's found a comfort level here in New York. And I think a lot of it, Mark, was that shot against Miami in Game 5. They vault into the playoffs, and Allan got this little swagger that I'd never seen him have before.
Allan Houston, after the All-Star break, did struggle a bit, but showing some signs of coming back. At a 10 of 15, 27-point game against the Hornets the other night. O'Neal drawing the double. Here's Bryant. Rice gets the new possession.
Big key for the Lakers is rebounding. When they out-rebound their opponents, Mark, they're 43-2. So you've got to do a job on the boards against this team.
O'Neal getting possession.
When it's that deep, Patrick cannot foul. He's got to give up the 2 points because he's got to stay on the floor.
Lakers 11 and the Knicks 9. The Knicks here at the Garden 27-7. They've won 17 of their last 20. They have had road problems, although they have won their last 2 on the road. Allan Houston with his first field goal, and the game is tied at 11. Lakers 25-8 on the road. Glen Rice for a 2-point LA lead. Lakers had the 19-game win streak stopped in Washington the other night. The largest win streak in the NBA in 29 years. So now they're on another roll. They've won 20 of their last 21.
Two proud Warriors here. Patrick Ewing running the floor after the turnover, and he gets the slam dunk from the pass from Charlie Ward, and then deep post position, Shaquille, little finger roll, gets it back on the other end.
Earlier we talked about some of the problems the Knicks have had with early starts, and we talked about that with Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy.
Our last 3 afternoon games before 1 o'clock starts against quality opponents, Miami, Utah, and Philly, we've all been down 7 to 10 points after first quarters. And we cannot play from down in this game. Our team, I don't know what it is about early afternoon starts, we haven't performed well early. Now, we've won 2 of those 3 games, but our effort in the first quarter has been substandard. So I'm just worried about our start. I want our guys to know the game starts at noon and not 1.
The game starts at noon, not 1. Well, they're off to a pretty good start. Ewing has tied it at 13.
I think their energy level is very good, and you talk about the bad starts in the 3 games, and they were down by 10 to Miami, 7 to Philly, 7 to Utah. But today the energy level is good.
Shaquille O'Neal keeping it alive.
7-3 now on the boards right now. That's a big stat. Within that triangle offense, Marv, the one thing it gives you is very good offensive rebound position.
Lakers 15, Knicks 13. Houston, yes.
Now, Marv, what happened? Remember, Allan Houston drove to the basket, got fouled, made 2 free throws. Since that point in time, he's made 2 jump shots. I've always said for a jump shooter, get a layup or get to the line early.
Houston ties the game at 15. O'Neal. Knicks staying with a single coverage on Shaquille O'Neal. Ewing putting the moves on Rice. Got bottled up. Harper is on it. Kobe for 3. Sprewell was looking to run, but the Lakers got back. Just under 5 remaining in the first quarter. Larry Johnson, and a foul, a holding foul. Foul committed by Rice. That is his first. And here comes Kurt Thomas replacing Larry Johnson. Kurt Thomas has done an excellent job both as a starter and off the bench.
Well, now, Kurt Thomas also will play a little bit against Shaq. He's going to give a lot of size away. But you might see Jeff try to buy a couple minutes just to keep Patrick out of foul trouble.
Lakers take a timeout. 4:48 to go in the first. Tied at 15. For Phil Jackson and his Los Angeles Lakers, Doug, it has been an incredible season of streaks, mostly on the winning end.
Well, Mark, let's look at a breakdown. They lose 4 of their first 12. Now, remember, Kobe missed the first 15 games with injury. Then they went 23 out of 24. There's your 1 loss. Then they lose, after they lose to Portland, they lose 6 of 9. They're a little bit of a funk. Then they go 19 straight. They lose to Washington. They beat Detroit the other night, so now they're on a new streak. So I don't know whether that would make the Czar proud, but I'm trying to hang in there, Marv.
There is nothing that will make the Czar proud. But Professor Collins with a finely tuned lecture. His next topic, the theory of evolution. Very impressive. Lakers and Knicks tied at 15. Just under 5 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Sprewell. Took the bump from Bryant. So Kobe Bryant committing on his first foul. Latrell Sprewell, excellent foul shooter. Just under 87% on the line to shoot 2. Latrell looking for points 3 and 4. Well, you can log on to NBA.com, where breaking news, video highlights, and live radio broadcasts for every NBA game are just a mouse click away. Go to NBA.com's Courtside Live for up-to-the-second box scores, play-by-play, and shot charts for every game. Plus, you can log on Wednesday, March 22nd for a live chat with rookie Steve Francis of the Houston Rockets. That's NBA.com, your ultimate online resource for all things NBA. Bryant to the fadeaway. And Houston able to chase down the back tap. Houston all the way. Ewing. Now Thomas. Kurt Thomas. Not bad. Kurt Thomas for the offensive rebound and dribbles to the corner and hits the jump.
Mark, that was great energy, though, by both Thomas and Ewing. Both of those guys tried to tip Allan Ewing's miss in. These big guys are really running the floor well here in this first quarter.
Knicks in the midst of a 6-0 run. Kobe Bryant Well, Kobe off here at the start, 1 for 6 from the field.
Remember, his only basket was that dunk he got early in the game, so he's missed his last 5 shots.
Sprewell. It's a very difficult move to defend. The step back, and then able to hit.
Well, you have to honor that quickness because he can go by you, so you've got to give him some space. And if he's hitting that jump shot, you really can't guard him.
Knicks 21, Lakers 15. Rice looking to post. Played very well by Houston. Crowd wanted to travel. Now Thomas defending on Shaq. And he gets the roll.
You know, that's okay, Mark. You could live with that. You know, the other guys have sort of been taken out of the game right now. They're going through Shaquille O'Neal. Make him make those kind of shots.
Shaquille has 10 points. Ewing call for steps.
Kurt Thomas does a nice job here. You want to prevent him from getting in there and laying that ball in the basket. He forces here about an 8 or 9 foot jump hook, and he gets the kind roll. But if you're Jeff Van Gundy, he said, look, we'll live with it. That's good defense. We didn't have to double team. Just stay locked in to Kobe and Rice. Don't let them get going here now.
Derek Fisher has come on for the first time, providing a breather for Ron Harper. Here's A.C. Green. And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the putback.
See, Marv, those are the shots that just break your back. You get A.C. Green to shoot a jumper, you miss it, and then you give Shaquille the little putback. That's twice now he's done that to the Knicks here in the period.
Bad pass by Sprewell. You mentioned the hamstring injury suffered by Shaquille O'Neal. We were talking about it yesterday with Phil Jackson. And Phil said it hasn't really affected him that much. It counts and the foul at the offensive end, but he's just not as active on the boards, and it hurts him in terms of blocking out.
Well, you're going to see Shaquille O'Neal. Look at him right here. Look at the position that he has, inside position. And Kurt Thomas has absolutely no opportunity to get around him. And then the next time they go right back to him in the post, they front in the post, the weak side help gets there. But Shaq just overpowers them inside. I mean, this guy, you know, no question, this man has become the MVP of the league this season, Marv. He's doing it on both ends of the floor. And when you set your game plan as a coach, you got to say, what can we do to somewhat limit Shaquille O'Neal without letting these other guys, you know, get their 20, 30 points? He is the most dominant player in the game today.
Shaq, thus far this afternoon, 6 of 8 from the field, 14 points. Marcus Camby has come on for the first time. Marcus Camby in his 3rd game back since the arthroscopic surgery. Played briefly against the Rockets earlier in the week and had a good one against the Hornets on Friday. O'Neal with the spin move. So the Knicks now have Ewing with Camby and Thomas on the front line. Ward and Houston in the backcourt. Beautiful backdoor pass. Camby could not score. And a loose ball foul against the Knicks. It's on Thomas.
So that's the one where Marcus Camby's got to take one dribble, take that ball to the other side, and power dunk that. He made himself a 6'5" player instead of a guy who's 6'11", and then Kurt Thomas goes over and over the back and gets the foul. Great pass, though, from Charlie Ward.
Second foul committed by Thomas. 2 apiece on Thomas and Johnson. Shaquille with the Lakers' last 8 points. Rice. Aside from Shaq, Lakers getting no offense.
And I think that Jeff Van Gundy says that's one of our things. We can't let all 3 of these guys get their points. If Shaq gets 30+ and we can do a job on Kobe and Rice, we think we have a chance to win this game. He thinks if they can score 90, speaking of the Knicks, they can win the game today.
Lakers 9 for 22 from the field overall. Fisher off the dribble. The Knicks and the Lakers tied at 21 as we come up on 1 minute left in the first. Ewing. Open shot for Houston for 3.
Allan Houston has got a nice rhythm in this game, Mark. You've seen him a lot this year. You do the Knicks games, and he's in one of those rhythms now. So you've got to look for him. If you're Charlie Ward or Childs that comes in, you've got to look for Allan Houston while he's hot.
Houston has 9. Knicks by 3. Shaquille O'Neal getting great position and a good pass from Derek Fisher. 16 of the Lakers' 23 points scored by Shaq.
Well, he has 6 paint catches, and he has 10 points. So when he's caught it down there, he's scored most every time.
Houston. Thomas tried to keep it alive, and the Lakers will hold for a final possession. O'Neal has the Lakers' last 10 points. Knicks by 1. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Kobe Bryant putting the move on Allan Houston. Kicks it out. Here's Glen Rice for 3. Ward fires. So after 1 here at Madison Square Garden in New York, it's the New York Knicks with a 24-23 lead on the Los Angeles Lakers. A brilliant start for Shaquille O'Neal. As you saw, 7 of 10 from the field for 16 points. 1 point Knick lead as we head to the second. You are watching the NBA on NBC. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Moments ago, the scene inside the Laker huddle.
There. I just wanted AC to register that Thomas is a good post-up player and a pretty good shooter in there. They got a new lineup. He's kind of likes to play their enforcer role. Their Oakley role. Come on out and bang guys and get the charge.
Rebounds on both ends, AC.
All right, here we go. Right quick.
I think what Phil's talking about there, when you substitute and you bring a new guy in, the difference that he brings, he says Kurt Thomas is going to bang, he's going to go to the offensive boards, he's going to bring a physical presence, a lot like Oakley, and you've got to respect that little medium-range jump shot. So this is what you talk about when a guy gets a substitution, but you see him going to the boards, or that's the play that I talked about with Ewing and Kurt Thomas, both following Allan Houston's miss. He steps up and makes that little medium-range jump shot, so Marv, you have to honor that shot.
Kurt Thomas on the floor with 2 fouls up front with Marcus Camby. And Patrick Ewing. Latrell Sprewell is back, and Chris Childs has come on for the first time. Foul is called on Kobe Bryant. That is his second.
You've got to keep attacking Kobe Bryant, though, Marvin. My estimation, as I've watched the Lakers play this year, Kobe Bryant and Gary Payton have become the 2 best defensive guards in the NBA. Gary Payton has been there. I think Kobe has put himself, if I had to vote today, he would be my first-team all-defensive selection.
And Jeff Van Gundy in our conversation earlier agrees. It's amazing how far Kobe has come at the defensive end. Here's Thomas giving it up. Ewing eluding Rick Fox, who just came on. And the Knicks now lead 26-23. So the Lakers have gone to their bench, and the bench has played exceptionally well. Brian Shaw, who has progressed as the season has gone on, has checked in, as has Robert Horry and Rick Fox. Only Shaquille O'Neal remains from the starting lineup. Bad pass. And Shaq could not control.
And Mark, remember when Phil was in Chicago, he used to like to do this. When he took out Michael, he'd keep Scotty out with 4 bench players to sort of solidify. He's doing that with Shaq right now with Kobe in foul trouble.
Sprewell posting on Shaw. Shot clock at 6. Ewing lunging for it. The tip by Camby. Camby again is fouled.
That's the Marcus Camby that we saw in the NBA playoffs last year. The second shot, being quick around the basket. He's not a primary offensive player. He's a guy that's going to feed off missed shots and things in the open court. You see him, great hustle by Ewing. He gives him a chance, and then watch the second effort by Camby as he goes up and he gets fouled. This has to look very good right now to New York. They need his activity, especially coming off of that knee injury that really sidelined him for a while.
Shaquille O'Neal called for his second foul. Marcus Camby in his 3rd game back after missing 17 games, recovering from the arthroscopic surgery on his right knee.
But, you know, when you look at the numbers, if you look at New York, you'd say 2 of their weaknesses, shot blocking and rebounding. Camby can give them 2 of those things. They need him to be healthy and on the floor, Marv.
Knicks 27, Lakers 23. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Ahmad Rashad from the Garden. Shot clock at 5. Here's Horry. Lakers shooting, particularly from the perimeter, has not been there. They double up on Ewing. Camby on the give and go. Good look by Ewing, although Camby was not able to convert. Shaquille O'Neal, last touched by the Knicks.
Just a subtle little thing that time, but as Ori cut across the lane, he gave just enough screen, and Shaq just right behind him stepped right in for deep post position. Those are the subtle little things you see, like you say, well, how did the guy get the ball so close to the basket? Marv, just a little bump got him that open.
And Patrick Ewing hears it from the crowd, sits down with 6 points, 5 rebounds. Larry Johnson is back. Rick Fox off the mark. And another Knick rebound. They lead by 4. Childs met by Fisher. Here's Childs. And the Knicks extend to a 6-point advantage.
See, I think New York has to keep their defense up the floor right now, pressure the basketball, and force the bench to try to make some plays.
The Lakers have gone nearly 9 minutes between points by someone other than the man with the basketball. Shaquille O'Neal draws the double and hits.
Wow, how good
going glass.
How about the footwork of the big man? He was shut off and spun back the other way and kissed it off the glass.
18 for Shaquille O'Neal. Larry Johnson. Thomas. Back out for Camby. The shot clock running down. And Camby is fouled. Timeout has been taken. 9:16 remaining in this first half. Here's the move by Shaq. You mentioned the footwork. Doing it over Kurt Thomas. It's the Knicks by 4. We'll be right back.
New York leads by 4, 9:16 to go in the second quarter. And Marv, take a look at these numbers. Shaq is really doing well, but 2 for 11 for Kobe and Glen Rice. Kobe in foul trouble, so Shaquille O'Neal has been the offensive show to keep his team in the game. The offensive rebound and the powerful finish, just the back down and the little jump hook over the undersized Kurt Thomas. Then a great inside offensive rebound, and the follow-up once again gets fronted in the post. The great footwork, the spinning jump shot. He scored 12, the last 12 Laker points to keep them in the game. You see what he's doing, but I think if you're Jeff Van Gundy, you have to say, I can live with this. If I can keep Kobe and Rice out of the game, maybe we can wear Shaq down as it goes along.
And the Lakers, aside from Shaq, have missed their last 10 shots. Knicks 29, Lakers 25. We are early in the second quarter. The Knicks with 4 straight wins. They have won 5 of the last 6. They come off one of the most impressive victories of the season, beating the Hornets Friday night in Charlotte, 118-99. One of those games where it all went well, shooting over 50% from the field. And the Lakers with a victory over Detroit in Detroit on Friday after losing to the Wizards on Wednesday. That stopped the 19-game win streak. Childs cheating over to help out. Oh, what a shot. A jump hook, a line drive from some 10 feet away.
Well, and he looked like he was going to pass the ball out. In one motion, he just spun and shot it. I mean, that's a great shot.
Camby, once again, had the shot but could not put it down, and the Lakers will give it back.
See, Camby's flipping everything at the basket, Marv. He's not going strong. Look, it looks like he's going to pass the ball out here, Shaq, and he just turns in one motion and shoots that jump hook. That's an indefensible shot. And we know that Jabbar had the sky hook that no one could stop. That's a shot that you say, you know what, good shot.
Yeah. Larry Johnson trying to squeeze through and drew the foul. Foul committed by Fox. That is his second. Lakers with their 4th team foul. The Knicks do not have any. Shaquille O'Neal treating the Knicks as he treated the LA Clippers several weeks ago, but unfortunately for the Lakers, there has been no other offense. He is on a 60-point pace. Childs for 3. Thomas with another offensive rebound.
Now, since Thomas and Camby have come in the game, that's 20-13 on the boards. Now the Lakers are up 7. They were trailing by 6 on the boards early in the game. That's what these 2 guys have brought off the bench.
Kobe Bryant trying to get back into it. open shot for Brian Shaw. That's a three. Brian Shaw, as we mentioned earlier, has come a long way from the start of the season.
Well, he's got the feeling that, you know, he can make that shot. He's an experienced player, and you've got to trust him. And now he's finding his role in there. That's a big boot to keep his team around here now.
And there's a comfort zone between Brian Shaw and Shaquille O'Neal. They spent 3 years together as members of the Orlando Magic. Campy from behind breaks it up. It'll be Laker ball. Phil Jackson staying with the bench aside from Shaquille O'Neal. And a foul with Ori run into.
You know, second shots create such opportunities for you. You miss the open jump shot. Look at Kurt Thomas really fight to get this ball back. And then here's Childs right there, and he's going to cut to the basket. A great bounce pass, a second shot opportunity and a layup. New York needs some more of those.
Foul was committed by Childs. Now Thomas defending on O'Neal. It's too easy for Shaq over Kurt Thomas. He now has 22 points in all.
You know, Marv, I think the one thing that you've got to stay away from if you're New York is all of a sudden you say, you know what, we've got to go down there and double and triple team Shaq. You do that now, and it frees up everybody else. They're in the game right now. It's a tie game. Shaq is wearing them out in the post, but they got to hope that as this game goes on, it will take its toll on him.
Tied at 32. We'll be back in a moment.
See Twin Bill next Sunday.
Now, Shaquille O'Neal, what they're doing with him this year, Marv, is because of the new rules, they're starting him away from the ball and bringing him to the ball. And you can't bump the guy like you could last year, so he's getting such great deep post position that it's almost impossible to guard him. So Kurt Thomas had to go over to Steve Javie and said, now, what can I do here in the post to play against him?
What's happening is that when Shaq goes across the middle, you can't just cut in front of him. You have to establish a position. So if you cut in front of him, there's contact.
Can I ride him though a little bit?
Not too much.
Not too much.
Yeah, because they're really cutting down on that. All right.
So Steve Javie with the interpretation for Kurt Thomas.
Well, see, Marv, when you start out on the ball side, you can get in front of the guy. What they're doing, the Lakers, they're flashing him to the ball, and when he does that and catches it, you're at his mercy down there on that block, especially if he's in the paint.
Knicks and Lakers tied at 32 with 6:50 to go in the first half. Patrick Ewing is back. Phil Jackson staying with the same unity as Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant from the starting lineup, along with Rick Fox, Brian Shaw, and Robert Horry. In single coverage. This time it's Ewing defending. Childs over to help. Shaq this time not getting the friendly roll. Sprewell working off the pick. Ewing. Patrick Ewing with 8 points.
You know, Marv, I think the one thing that I've seen with Patrick as the season has gone on, and you've seen more, he started to get more comfortable making that little jump shot. I thought he was off, out of sync when he came back. He's getting more productive with that shot.
Yes, we're seeing more of the drop step. Defensively at times there have been problems. But he's come on the last 2-3 weeks. That was intended for Campy. Here comes Kobe. Kobe Bryant on the crossover is fouled by Chris Childs.
Once again, Kobe Bryant, he's struggling to get in the game. He's not been able to get a shot. He's 1 for 6 from the floor. What do? You get involved with the defense. Now you take the ball, you go down, you see you've got Patrick Ewing back. You're going to attack him. Patrick slows him up just enough for Chris Childs to be able to take the foul.
So Kobe continues to have his difficulties in the first half. Well, a couple of new must-see comedies headed your way this Thursday. Daddy-O premieres after an all-new Friends, and Battery Park premieres after an all-new Frasier. The evening tops off with an all-new ER. Daddy-O and Battery Park premiering Thursday on a night of must-see TV. Knicks by 1, 34-33. They double up on Sprewell. Campy Johnson able to make the catch to keep it alive. Ewing hesitating this time and takes it to the basket. Nice fake. Crowd looking for a foul. Here's Kobe Bryant. Yes. Kobe with the stroke.
See, Mark, once again, you get a guy who's struggling a little bit. He gets fouled. He gets to the free throw line, makes a free throw, and then comes down and hits the jump shot. It's just amazing what it does to your confidence when you can get to that line.
Kobe had missed his previous 6 shots. He has not played very frequently here at the Garden. Played in the All-Star game. Allan Houston with a nice pass. And this time, Canby is able to hit, so the Knicks now lead by 1, 36-35. Kobe Bryant's first game here, we were talking about it with him yesterday, played, 3 minutes, he said, and then did not have a good game a couple of years ago. Did not shoot well. Bryant on the steal. Kicks it out to Fox for 3. Yes!
The growth of Kobe Bryant. Last year, he would have jackknifed that shot in the lane. He got in the lane and turned and pitched it out to Rick Fox for a 3. That's the growth of a young player becoming a superstar.
Sprewell. And Johnson and Fox got involved. Foul on Johnson, who took a poke in the eye. That's 3 on Larry Johnson. Doug, you talk about the difference in Kobe Bryant. There was a benchmark game the Lakers point to. May have been December 19th in Toronto. Kobe committing 6 turnovers, which brought forth some criticism from Shaquille O'Neal. And since then, Kobe's ball handling and decision-making has dramatically improved, and the chemistry between the two has come a long way.
Well, I was watching that game in Toronto, and Vince Carter and Kobe, it was their show in the 4th quarter. The Lakers had a big lead, and Kobe was going back and forth with Vince Carter. Phil let him do it, but let him know afterwards, we're not going to go there anymore. It's not a personal challenge anymore. This is a team game.
Charlie Ward has made his return. Here's Bryant. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Lakers have a 2-point lead. Foul is called. Rick Fox stepping in the way of Allan Houston. That's foul number 3 committed by Fox. Let's check in with Ahmad Rashad for more on Kobe Bryant.
Thanks, Marv. I was talking to Kobe before the game, and I asked him, Kobe, would you prefer to win a scoring title or be named Defensive Player of the Year? He said, I prefer to be the Defensive Player of the Year because everybody knows I can score. As far as all those other awards, I'm going to win them all someday anyway. And he said that, and it wasn't like he was bragging. Very matter of fact. Marv?
That's the politically correct answer, though, to say I'd rather win defensive honors.
Well, I coached Michael Jordan in 1988. I was very blessed. And Michael Jordan was the MVP of the league, was the scoring title, and was the Defensive Player of the Year. So he did do it on both ends of the floor.
Knicks and Lakers tied at 38. Bryant with a nice pass, and Shaquille O'Neal now has 24 points. But what a beautiful setup by Kobe Bryant. And apparently Ken Bauer feels the ball was a bit wet, and he asked for a towel, then takes care of it himself. That last pass by Kobe, his 5th assist. Lakers by 2.
You can see what they've done defensively. They've got Kobe on Ward now because of his foul problem. They've kept Shaw into play, Sprewell, and Rice on Houston.
Canby. Ewing. Rejected by Ori. Canby is fouled.
There's a lot of ways to win basketball games, and for Kobe Bryant, his offense is not there, so he's going to penetrate. And that combo that we talked about in our open, there's part of it right there, the penetrate and the kick. And Shaq with a powerful finish. Thought this might have been a goaltend. Patrick throws this ball up there right around the rim. That looked very, very close to being around that cylinder. Then Canby with his second effort and got fouled and get to the free throw line, Mark.
Foul committed by Ori. Marcus Camby, a 65% free throw shooter, will shoot a second, but a timeout is called. It's the Lakers by 1.
Thanks, Hannah. I'm here with Ice Cube and Spike Lee. Now, these two people here are loyal friends because it takes a lot of nerve. You got to be a real loyal fan to wear a Laker uniform here out here to the Knicks game.
Well, you know I bleed purple, so it's no problem to wear, you know, my Laker colors up here in the Garden. You know, I feel good. You know, we right up there under the basket yelling for purple. Snoop Dogg. Snoop. You know, so it's going down.
So now, Spike, I've seen you do this all over the league where you're Knicks stuff.
Yeah, but the worst place, Indiana. They kill me there.
So now, who has the best fans between New York and Los Angeles?
I mean, I have much love for L.A., but Cube, you know, you guys come to the game late and leave early.
Well, you know, we only deal with the winners. You know, when you're winning, it's a lovely thing. When you ain't, it's time to go.
All right, guys, thanks. All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. Ahmad officiating between Ice Cube and Spike Lee. Lakers with a 40-39 lead as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Bryant for Shaw. Shot clock at 4. Marcus Camby has done a good job. Shaquille O'Neal's the high point man. He is 24. And when you consider, as our statistician, Mr. Stats Elliott Cal points out, Shaq with 24 points by 10 a.m. Pacific time. Not bad.
Not bad.
Allan Houston freeing himself up.
I think he got away with a little left shove there with his left arm. A little bump. Glen Rice fell back. You can't fall for that, Allan. That kind of space, he's going to knock that shot down. But Mark, the Lakers being out-rebounded by 11 rebounds. Now, Camby has been a real big player off that bench.
Houston, the high man for the Knicks. He has 13. Glen Rice is back. Good job by Camby defensively. And Ori is fouled.
Allan Houston loves to either catch and create space and shoot it, or he loves to shoot with one dribble. Watch this. One dribble, pull, 2 dribbles, and then he pulls back with a little space and shoots that open jump shot. What a pretty release. You've got 2 of the prettiest jump shooters in the NBA guarding each other right now. Allan Houston's off to a great start. Glen Rice has been struggling today, has not found his offense yet.
Glen Rice just 1 of 5 from the field. Marcus Camby called for the foul as first to put Ori at the line. Look, tonight 4 men are trapped on Alaska's Mount McKinley. It's a Dateline NBC Survivor story. And then on the Sunday night movie, Michael Douglas, Val Kilmer star in The Ghost and the Darkness. It's an action thriller based on the true story of 2 big game hunters risking it all for the ultimate prize. That's The Ghost and the Darkness tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central after Dateline on NBC.
Marv, I always think the last 2 minutes of quarters and halves are vital. Tie game. Can somebody create some distance here in the last 2:10?
And Rice all over Allan Houston, and as a result, Houston came up short. Bryant to the hook. Oh, Kobe Bryant. That was out of the slam dunk contest.
Marv, that was off the wrong foot. He's a right-handed dunker. You normally jump off your left foot. He jumped off his right foot. 2 spectacular dunks today by Kobe.
7 points with 5 assists for Kobe Bryant, although off to the slow start. Kobe looking for a double dribble call on Charlie Ward. Sprewell. And the Knicks get the new possession. Camby over Shaq. Lakers with the ball and a 2-point lead as we come up on 1 minute left in the first half. O'Neal, difficult shot, fading, moving to his left.
Yeah, they'll live with that again. That's a forced shot there. Shaq, I think, looked like he was going to pass in the last minute, had to take the shot. But New York's going to take a 20-second timeout here. They're getting good shots, just not converting.
55 seconds to go in the half. With the timeout, we'll take a break. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Lakers have a 43-41 lead on the Knicks. And you can see the significance of the rebounding picture. Lakers at 43-2 when they out-rebound opponents. And to this point, the Knicks have had a 29-19 edge. Shot clock at 10. Ewing to the drop step.
Get a 2 for 1 here if Kobe takes a quick shot.
And he does from downtown. Half minute remaining in this first half. Sprewell putting moves on. Here's Ward for 3. Charlie Ward on fire from downtown. 2 of 2 from beyond the line.
Now it's interesting. Kobe went back to double team. I don't think he needed to. That freed up Charlie Ward, who's shooting the ball very, very well. Make Ewing score against Shaq.
The Knicks by 1. Chant of defense from the crowd. Final seconds of the first half. Ewing with the rebound at the buzzer. And a good first half here at the Garden. It's the Knicks 44 and the Lakers 43. Shaquille O'Neal with 24 points, 11 of 17 from the field, while the Knicks led by Allan Houston with 13, 4 of 9 shooting. Patrick Ewing with 8 points, along with 8 rebounds. Let's go over to Ahmad.
Well, first we have a conversation with Phil. Allan, a lot's been said about this early start of this game. Do you think that's having any effect on the game?
Sometimes it does, but in a big game like this, I don't think it has much of an effect because both teams know the magnitude of the game.
Things you must do in the second half.
I think we got to get up into them a little bit more. They got some easy shots that we didn't. They'll make in the second half if we don't force them not to.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. The LA Lakers trying to make it 21 of the last 22. The Knicks with 4 straight wins, 5 of the last 6 coming in, and at the half, it's the Knicks 44 and the Lakers 43. Stay tuned for Hannah Storm, Isaiah Thomas, and Peter Vesey in our New York studio with Net Zero at the half. Back in a moment.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks lead the Lakers by 1. I'm Ahmad Rashad. Jeff Van Gundy told his team at halftime he likes exactly where they're playing now. They're getting a lot of good shots, but shooting a bad percentage. Said they're doing a good job on Shaquille O'Neal and a better job on Kobe and Glen Rice. And what he wants them to do is get up harder on defense, try to get some deflected shots. Phil Jackson told his team that, first of all, Shaq is carrying the entire load. Kobe and all the rest of the guys have got to put the ball in the basket. Also, rebounding is bad. They got to get better ball movement and just try making some shots. Mark?
All right, thanks, Ahmad. Phil Jackson going for his 600th career regular season victory. And as you know, Doug, no great love between Phil Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Going back to the Knicks-Bulls rivalry, followed up by last year's Knick flirtation with Phil while the Knicks were going through their tumultuous period.
Well, you know, the thing I think that the NBA is missing right now are those rivalries, you know, and Marv, it's nice to see them as long as they don't get too personal. It's nice to see rivalries. That's what this league has been built on. Great players playing against each other, coaches with their little, you know, sight games with each other, going into the media, especially come playoff time.
And after sitting out last season, Phil back following the 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls, and his first season in LA has gone even better than he anticipated. Third quarter is underway. Latrell Sprewell gets it going. The Knicks 46, the Lakers 43.
See, I love that. They stepped up and they set a sideline screen, and Shaq just didn't come out to cover. He's not moving well on defense or rebounding right now. I think that's where his hamstring is bothering him, Marv.
Sprewell has 8 points. Here's Bryant trying to shoot his way back into it. The Knicks with a backcourt of Ward and Houston. Ewing up front, along with Johnson and Ewing. So Johnson, Ewing, and Sprewell up front. It'll be Bryant. Backcourt of Bryant and Harper. O'Neal on the front line with Green and Rice. O'Neal looking looking to distribute, wants to get his teammates involved. Again, Kobe not able to hit from outside.
And one and done right now for the Lakers. A jump shot, no offensive rebound opportunities. Doing a good job keeping Kobe out of the lane. He has 3 baskets in the game, Marv, all 3 of them in the lane. He has not hit a jump shot today.
Bryant now 3 of 13 from the field.
Same play once again. That time Sprewell missed the jumper. Shaq got out there, got a hand in his face.
O'Neal kept alive by Green, and it's Shaq. It's a goaltend. The basket will count.
Well, the frustration of Patrick Ewing, he had the ball in his hands, and it just squirted out right into the hands of Shaquille O'Neal. And he looked around like, okay, I guess I'll shoot it, and Patrick goaltends it. That was just out of frustration.
Shaq has 26 points, 26 out of the 45. Ewing. This is a tough stretch for the Lakers as they wind down on this 5-game trip. Rice, Glen Rice, and Jeff Van Gundy wants a timeout. The Lakers up by 1, 47-46. Back in a moment. Back at the Garden, Doug, I started to mention this tough stretch for the Lakers. Back-to-back, New York and then Miami. They have the Heat in Miami tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, they actually had 4 games in 5 days on this trip, and they battled back after the tough loss against Washington and beat Detroit. Today would be a big game for them, having to play again in a tough arena tomorrow night.
Lakers have a 1-point lead. Here's Ward, goes to the teardrop shot. Charlie Ward has had a solid game, 8 points for Ward. So the Knicks recapture the lead, up by 1. Here's Rice. And a foul. Kobe Bryant getting inside along with AC Green.
Well, great ball movement. You're going to see the ball's going to go around the horn, and it's going to end up back with Charlie Ward. 1 pass, 2 passes, 3 passes. The shot fake, he's hit a couple threes. You got to cover him, and he gets inside with a little teardrop shot that Marv talked about. That's great offense where you get the Lakers spread out defensively, and then you attack them.
Foul was called on Ewing. And Kobe Bryant continues to have his problems. 3 of 13 from the field and 1 of 3 at the line. He does have 5 assists and 6 rebounds. So the game is tied at 48. And the Knicks to this point as Harper is called for the breach and getting no production out of Larry Johnson, who has had a number of halves in this matter. Of course, Johnson is playing through all kinds of injuries, but he has not scored to this point.
Well, you know, Marv, he only took 1 shot in that first half, and I think that although Houston and Sprewell and Patrick have been the offense here, Larry Johnson can't get lost out there. You can't play 3-on-5.
Allan Houston draws the foul. That's the second on Rice. Larry Johnson actually had problems in the absence of Marcus Camby in holding up to increased minutes. It's apparently the back has been bothering him. In fact, the Knicks rarely posting him up these days because he's no longer drawing the double teams and hasn't been as effective out of the double. And when the ball goes through Larry Johnson, this club is probably at its best.
Well, you know, Marv, what also happens, a lot of people say, why don't you play Larry Johnson and Marcus Camby together right there and let Camby play the big forward and the small forward, let Larry Johnson post him. Jeff Van Gundy says they will put their power forward on Larry Johnson to take away the post up and let the small player play Camby. That's why he's got to develop a post game.
O'Neal again. So Shaq with 28 points leads the NBA, shooting 57% from the field. He's right behind Allen Iverson, and you get the feeling that he is going to catch and pass Iverson by. It's just a matter of time the way he's been going. In terms of the scoring race, Shaq comes in, averaging 28.8 per game, just a shade under Iverson. Shot clock Down to 3. Here's Johnson, rejected.
Shaq came up with that clock winding down. That's the big difference in him this year, his shot blocking and his interior defense. Last year, he would have just let the guy take that shot. What a pass.
Oh, beautifully done. O'Neal for Bryant.
You know, Marv, he's averaging almost 4 assists, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, so out of that triangle offense, he's really learned to pass and find cutters.
And he came out here in the second half looking to get other people involved. He passed on some early shots. He's trying to get the rest of his teammates going. Lakers have a 3-point lead. Sprewell, like he's short on that shot.
See the Lakers right now trying to get one of the little spurts that they are known for, Marv, where they're playing along with you, and then hit you with like a 10-2 spurt to take a lead.
And a reach-in called on Ewing. That is his third.
Shaquille O'Neal loves that little turning shot, and at this stage, Patrick Ewing, who used to be a tremendous shot blocker, just can't quite get up and defend it. And then here, the shot clock winding down. Here comes Shaq over. That gets his team another possession. And then you throw the ball into the post, and he finds Kobe on the cut. So I'd say that was sort of a triple threat little package we had there. Scoring, shot blocking, and passing.
A multi-dimensional Shaquille O'Neal, who is now 2 of 4 at the line, and a timeout has been called. 7.5 remaining in the third. Lakers by 3. Shaquille O'Neal has led the way for the Lakers. You see the breakdown: 6 of 12 against Patrick Ewing and 7 of 8 against Kurt Thomas. We were talking a moment ago, Doug, about the scoring race, and you can see Shaquille O'Neal is making a dramatic move on Allen Iverson.
Well, I think the thing that jumps out here is, and he's doing this all, and look at their record, Marv. That's the key thing. He's not throwing stats up on an average team. He's throwing huge numbers up on a team that's arguably right now the team to beat come playoff time. That is impressive.
And you may have seen the note, only Wilt Chamberlain was able to lead the NBA in one season in both scoring and rebounding. Lakers by 3. It's the second end of the free throws, and now Shaq off the mark at the line. He hit his first 2. He's missed his last 3. So the Laker lead is 3 with 7:20 remaining in the third. Larry Johnson trying to post up on the other side. Ewing.
Wow, just that rebound, that one hand just took it out of the air. Mark, you made a great point during the timeout. You said that the Knicks' energy is low right now at this period of time. This is a dangerous time for them. They need a little pickup of energy right now.
Shot clock at 5. Bryant. Kobe Bryant through the foul. Well, Allan Houston came over to double, and it opened things up for Kobe.
Take a look at the elasticity here of Kobe Bryant. Look at youth right there, Marv. They're kicking his leg, almost went over his head there, and then he follows it back, drives right to the basket, and again, has not made one jump shot all day long, but he's driving the ball to the basket, he's making some assists, and he's getting to the free throw line.
Larry Johnson called for the foul, his 4th. Let's check in with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Marv. You know, I went up to Kobe during the halftime shoot-around and said, well, when are you going to heat up? He said, you know what? I can heat up in a millisecond. He said, I'm like Barry Sanders, who might have 5 yards at the end of the first half and end up with 300.
Yes, he does have that ability to explode at any moment, as the Knicks are well aware. The Lakers have their biggest lead of the game. They're up by 5. It will be Nick Ball with 14 on the shot clock.
They need Sprewell here to give them some life. Right now, you know, Marv, they're sort of in a half-court game. Sprewell is the one guy that can electrify this crowd and his team.
Here's Houston. Kobe Bryant checking the floor. Bryant and Harper in the backcourt. Shaq with Green and Rice up front. The time the trajectory was off by Shaquille.
See, Patrick is shooting those fadeaway jump shots, and they're getting no offensive rebounds. I think you might have to bring Camby back to give him a little bit of support on the offensive boards as we see Shaq lay the ball in the basket. But everything is going through Patrick Ewing right now, and they're not getting any results, Marv.
Ewing is just 4 of 16 from the field. The Lakers lead by 7. John Wallace, who has provided instant offense on several occasions, getting ready to come on for the first time. Here's Houston again. He's off. Thomas is fouled. Kurt Thomas able to get to that rebound, and he is headed to the line.
Shaquille O'Neal within this offense knows exactly where to go. He calls for the ball. He's got his hand up. He doesn't get it initially. Then he finally gets it a little late. And Patrick Ewing, there's nothing he can do with it down there. And, and the points in the paint in this game, Marv, are unbelievable. When you look at points in the paint and fast break points, it's even amazing that right now that the New York Knicks are within 7 points, all because of their good offensive rebounding in the first half.
Shaquille O'Neal picked up a foul, his third. That was almost an air ball served up by Kurt Thomas. The Knicks have missed their last 6 shots, and they're at 32% from the field for the night.
Well, Marv, you've been with this New York team for many, many years, and the one thing that this team has been known for is droughts, where they go through periods where they just can't score. Against this kind of quality of opponent, you can't do that.
Lane violation, so that erases the free throw.
See the body language of New York right now. This is a low energy team right now. You can just see if your Lakers keep attacking right now, go at them.
8-0 run for the Lakers. Rice.
I still think Sprewell's the guy that's got to make it happen, Mark. He's got the ball in his hands. He's got to get something good here for his team.
Sprewell trying to clear it out. Wallace being played by Harper. Here's Wallace. Yes.
Well, you talked about it, Mark. He's instant offense off the bench. He can score it. You know what? Phil Jackson's going to talk about it. He knows this guy can score points quickly. He's got to talk about what he wants to do defensively. You're going to double team him. You're going to take it out of his hands. Who's going to guard it?
So the Laker lead is now 5. The stat line on Kobe Bryant, who has been doing it for the most part, taking it to the rim, the outside shot not falling, but talking about the energy of Kobe Bryant, who's certainly come a long way this season. We talked with Kobe yesterday, and he told us he now has a much better grasp of the Laker offense.
It's kind of become easy. I don't even have to think about it now. Sometimes I like messing with Tex and Phil and charge up the court now, like I'm about to take a shot and just kind of look at him and just laugh. Tex is over there, easy, easy. I'm gonna give him a heart attack or something. But I like messing with him sometimes, but I have a firm grasp of it.
Marv, I think when you see Phil Jackson and Tex there, what they're trying to do with Kobe is not take away from his greatness, but make the game easier for him, make it a more efficient kind of energy rather than burn up the energy and not get any things done. And you can just see him growing within the system.
How about someone having enough control of himself and the offense to be able to kid around with the coaches within the framework of the game?
Well, I think that's a side of Kobe that a lot of people don't get a chance to see.
Ewing stripped. Bryant with the steal. Shaq coming up too strong. Ewing looks to protect, and this time does hold on.
The Lakers are swarming right now, trying to get a little distance going into this fourth quarter.
Prior to that shot a moment ago by John Wallace, Knicks had got 4.5 minutes without a field goal.
That time was a double team to take the ball away from Wallace's hands.
And it's a traveling violation. Ewing bothered by the double.
It's exactly why Phil Jackson called timeout. Wallace had posted up, he scored, took a timeout and said we're going to double team him. AC Green came over to double team, and they forced Kurt Thomas to try to make a play. Then Ewing ends up traveling with the ball. So right now, New York very stagnant in their offense.
John Sally getting set to come on for the first time. 4 minutes remaining in the third. Lakers in possession. They lead 56-51. And the call away from the ball on Kurt Thomas. Well, we'll see Shaquille O'Neal get a brief pass. The 35-year-old John Sally in his 11th NBA season has checked in, so Shaq sits down with 30.
Well, can New York make a move now with Shaq sitting down? Phil would like to rest him maybe this last 4 minutes if they can keep the lead.
Marcus Camby has returned for the Knicks. Allan Houston on that deflection. 6 on the shot clock. Let's go over to Ahmad.
All right, Mark, just a moment ago, if you didn't see it, Shaq looked over to Phil Jackson and said, I need 1 minute. 1 minute. They took the time, took the foul, the clock stopped, and on the way over, Shaq went by Phil and said, just 1 minute.
And I think Phil started the stopwatch on that minute. Crowd trying to urge the Knicks on. Wallace played by Rice. Allan Houston. Knicks shooting has been very poor in this third quarter. Kobe Bryant changed his mind, was able to get it back out. And the whistle away from the ball. Ken Mauer makes the call. It's against the Knicks. Foul on Houston. It is his first. Knicks are over the foul limit. That's Chris Childs getting set to check back in as AC Green goes to the line for the first time. Well, next Sunday, a full day of sports coming your way, including an NBA twin bill, all beginning with NBA Showtime at 12 noon Eastern. Now, first up, most of you will see an Eastern Conference battle. The league's leading scorer at this moment, Allen Iverson, and the Sixers take on Reggie Miller, and the Central Division leading Pacers. Others will see a battle with playoff implications, the Heat and the Magic, and then we switch to our PGA Tour coverage for the final round of the Players' Championship. Finally, most will see a possible first-round playoff matches. Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Lakers will visit the Sacramento Kings. Others will see Vince Carter and the Raptors go up against Kevin Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Latrell Sprewell from downtown.
See, I think with this group on the floor, you've got to go to Sprewell. Look at the lineup they have now. Really small on the front line, the Knicks are. Camby's actually playing center. Childs and Sprewell have moved to the guard position.
The Laker lead is 3. Bryant to the crossover and foul. Foul on Camby.
Latrell Sprewell, a much-needed jump shot here as the Knicks cut the lead to 3, gets his feet together. You see no one around him. And, you know, Marv, you talked about it a while ago with Kobe Bryant. The one thing he has done today, his jumper has failed him. So what has he done? He has attacked that basket to get to the free throw line, but actually not shooting free throws well today either.
And he's an 82% free throw shooter. You see 4 of 7 from the line. The Lakers just 8 of 17 at the line. Has the 1 minute expired?
I think Shaq said 1 minute, but I think Phil also knows, look, we've got a 4-point lead here. If I can give him all the way to this quarter, he should be very fresh to take us home to finish this game.
Los Angeles by 4 as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the third. Sprewell. Good box out by Green, avoiding the oncoming Camby. Rice spots up. Sprewell checking the floor, then gives it up. Early Latrell would have taken it right to the hoop. Wallace. So the Knicks not able to take advantage with Shaquille O'Neal on the bench. It will be Laker ball.
You know, Mark, one of the things that jumped out in this game also, too, if you're going to have to play half-court offense for 48 minutes against the Lakers, you're going to struggle to score. New York does not have one fast break point the entire game. So even though they're rebounding the ball, they're getting nothing out of it in the open court. The Lakers get their defense set. Now they're forcing jump shots and no offensive rebounds. So the offensive efficiency going straight down right now for New York.
As you saw, Shaq made his return. Rice sitting down, just 2 of 9 from the field. And Kobe Bryant again does it off the dribble. 15 for Bryant. Lakers lead 60-54. And Rick Fox, who just checked in, called for that foul.
The great footwork by Kobe Bryant as he drives the ball in. Sprewell cuts him off nicely, and then he steps through. Sprewell thought he used that arm to hook him, but the great footwork and then those long arms to be able to lean in and finish it at the basket. And then the big smile. Kobe knows it has not been a great offensive day, but he loves to play, and he continued on the defense there with the deflection.
Kobe Bryant causing the turnover. Foul committed by Latrell Sprewell. That's his first. The Knicks are over the foul limit, and Derek Fisher will go to the free throw line. Fisher, a 70% foul shooter.
Well, that was a total foul out of frustration by Sprewell. As Kobe knocked that ball away, Sprewell thought he got fouled. He ran back and fouled Fisher. And Marvin, you're down 6. You can't put Fisher on the line out of frustration, let him go up 8 against you.
So the Lakers up by 7 coming up tomorrow night on TBS. Doubleheader with these Los Angeles Lakers going against the Miami Heat, and the Boston Celtics play the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. Celtics turning things around following the tirade by Rick Pitino.
Well, if they can win some games on the road, they might sneak back into the playoff picture. That 8th spot is wide open right now.
8-point Laker lead. Wallace. So John Wallace with his second field goal. Lakers 62 and the Knicks 56. Final minute of the third. O'Neal being played by Thomas. Here's Sprewell over to help, and Shaq goes to the jump hook.
See, I like he takes his time. He caught the ball, and he's got all these guys cutting around him, and he's not getting in a hurry. You heard Isaiah talk about it. He's getting the ball in the low post, but guys are moving, and he's taking his time.
32 points for O'Neal. Wallace again.
See, John Wallace played great in the absence of Marcus Camby, so he has been in a rhythm, Marv, as you know, and he's coming right in and giving them some much-needed offense.
Kobe Bryant taking all the way, and on the rebound had an opportunity. O'Neal puts it down and a foul.
Kobe Bryant misses that drive, but he's got the quick step off the floor. Watch him. He misses this, but he recovers, goes back up, and beats Thomas to the ball, which gives Shaq an opportunity. So Kobe there did miss the shot, but did not quit on the play. Watch the second effort. He misses, bounces right back, goes over Thomas, and then Shaq steps right through. Uncalled for, though, to not have somebody put a body on Shaquille O'Neal. You got to block him out.
Foul on Camby, his third, and Shaq able to hit after missing 3 in a row. He's 3 of 6 at the line. Lakers up 67-58. Wallace, offensive foul on Thomas. As Thomas released the pass, he was called for a charge.
Now, see, you know, when you're an opposing coach, you have to say, no, wait a second. You're telling me that Kurt Thomas can knock Shaquille O'Neal back this far? Look at the great acting coming right out of Hollywood. Now, you say as an opposing coach, that's okay. If you want to call that, when Shaq dips that shoulder and hits me and I fall back, I want that same call.
All right, final seconds of the third. Kobe Bryant penetrating and hitting. Kobe Bryant with a spectacular drive to conclude matters in the third. The Lakers outscored the Knicks 26-14. In the third quarter, they had their biggest lead of the day. They're up 69-58. We're headed to the fourth. We'll be back after these words from your local station. You are watching the NBA on NBC. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden for the first of 2 regular season meetings between the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll play in L.A. in 2 weeks. That'll be Sunday, April the 2nd. Here in New York, the Knicks have won 5 of the last 6 against the Lakers. Fourth quarter underway. You see the poor Knicks shooting in the third quarter and in the second quarter. And the Lakers are up by 11. Shaquille O'Neal going to work on Kurt Thomas. 37 for Shaq.
Making it look way too easy. When you shoot that little fading jump shot like Shaq did there and you can score, you're in serious trouble, Marv, because you know he's going to get in the lane.
Shaquille having a career season. In recent weeks has put down astronomical numbers, including the 61 against the Clippers.
And how about that points in the paint as we see Camby go hard to the basket, Marv? 46-10. And you know, Marv, if you think about New York, really with Patrick playing more of a jump shooter now, as Shaq goes into the lane, you just see bumping against Thomas, gets his rhythm and fades and shoots his little jump shot. But really, the New York doesn't have a post-up player, unless it might be Sprewell or an Allan Houston. They really don't have a post player. So Shaq, everything is going through him, and he's either creating for himself or for his teammates. Now, Marv, they built the lead also, too, shooting only 39%. The Lakers did in that third quarter.
Foul was called on O'Neal, number 4. Marcus Camby, 4 of 7 at the line. So the Laker lead is now 11. Ahmad was telling us a moment ago, he's right near the Laker bench, that Shaq is feeling it. He is tired and favoring the leg.
Well, that's when you have to be very careful about a hamstring. Ahmad knows that when you start to get tired, and if your leg is a little sore, that's when you have a chance to be able to pull something. So they have to really keep their eye on him.
Kobe Bryant gambling, looking for the steal. Here's Thomas. Thomas a bit out of his range, but able to hit it.
He and Camby have really given them a huge lift here today. Now, when Ewing comes back, he's got to be able to help finish this game, get them back in this game in the fourth quarter.
And the foul given from behind by Wallace. Good foul by John Wallace. So Shaquille O'Neal will head back to the free throw line. Kobe Bryant was telling us yesterday, we're talking about the new dedication concerning Shaquille O'Neal, particularly with free throws. He said Shaq had everybody over to his house for Thanksgiving, and late at night took his shooting coach Buzz Brayman, went to the gym, spent 2 hours shooting free throws. Now, it did not pay immediate dividends because that was back in late November, but he has come along at the line.
Well, Marv, you just see he's got a rhythm now. You can see he's got that left hand off the ball. The shot is a lot softer, and he's shooting them all the same way, getting the repetition you need to be better.
Houston on a quick release.
So they can't keep changing baskets here, though, right now. They've got to get some deflections. Marv, they've created like 4 turnovers the entire game. You've got to get some deflections.
Lakers have an 8-point lead. They double up on Bryant. Robert Horry with his first field goal. Robert Horry has been playing well recently. He's come back from a broken nose for a while, played with that protective plastic mask, which affected his play. And then he took it off. Shot clock at 7. Wallace.
Everything on the perimeter. If they don't make their jump shots, they're getting nothing easy, not getting to the free throw line. That's just great Laker defense.
2.5 gone by in the fourth quarter. O'Neal. Good play by Thomas, although Shaq thought he was fouled. Horry recaptures. Foul committed by Childs. Chris Childs bumping Kobe Bryant from behind. That's 3 on Childs. And a timeout is taken. It's the Lakers 74 and the Knicks 64. You're watching the NBA on NBC. Lakers by 10, 9:18 left in the fourth quarter. A moment ago, Jeff Van Gundy talking to his team during this timeout.
You got to go down there and attack hard. Then when we get the rebound, now they knocked one loose earlier, we got to pivot, keep it up, and get an outlet. They're all hanging in here. If we get an outlet, we can push. Okay?
See, Mark, what he's talking about, the Lakers are digging in on the rebounds and knocking balls loose. If they'll get that ball out, they can run because the Lakers are attacking the rebound. New York has 0 fast break points the entire game.
Shaquille O'Neal goes backdoor again to Kobe Bryant. What a beautiful pass. Shaq picks up his 3rd assist.
Well, those two guys are playing together beautifully.
Lakers 76 and the Knicks 64. Marv Albert with Doug Collins and Ahmad Rashad from Madison Square Garden in New York. Marcus Camby. Rebound, Kurt Thomas off the fake. Lost it. Rick Fox. Shaquille O'Neal taking that handoff.
Rick Fox behind the back to Shaq.
Here's Kobe for 3. Kobe Bryant having one of those games, 6 of 20 overall, although he has played a major role. He's done it in other areas, taking it to the rim. He has 6 assists. He has 9 rebounds, and he's played a hard-nosed defense.
Absolutely. And that's why sometimes shooting can be overrated. Marvin, you can have a bad shooting game. That doesn't mean you can have a bad total game.
Fisher called for the charge. Offensive foul.
When two guys get a great feel, and watch, he's going to throw the ball in, and he's going to make a baseline cut. And Shaq is going to look right over the top and make the pass right over Allan Houston. The baseline cut, he's up high enough on the baseline. He can find him. The little no-look pass right over Allan Houston's right shoulder. That's twice we've seen that play today. Kobe, the recipient of a great pass from Shaquille O'Neal.
Timeout has been called. We'll be right back. New nickname that Shaq loves to coin phrases. He refers to himself and Kobe Bryant as the combo.
Well, you can see what they're doing today. 57 points, which is 75% of the offense. They've been getting almost 65 a game. That would be the highest scoring trio in the NBA to go with that. So these two guys on both ends of the floor, Mark, we talked about it. Not just the offense, but the defense. And look at Shaquille O'Neal today. 38 points and has been unstoppable in the paint area.
And as you mentioned, although Kobe Bryant has not shot well, he has contributed 19 points. Kobe sitting down at this moment. 4 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. Here's Ewing. Patrick Ewing is back on the floor. 10 points for Ewing. The Knicks by 10. Coming up on 7.5 remaining in the 4th. Lakers now have Fisher and Shaw in the backcourt. O'Neal with Fox and Ori up front. O'Neal and a foul.
Mark, I made this point earlier in the game. Shaquille O'Neal gives the ball up, and he throws the ball out of sort of a double team where they're digging back, and they throw it right back into him. You've got to make that second pass. That one tougher to get because look how deep he gets. He throws the ball out and then reposts you deeper, and when they throw it back in, you can't stop him.
Foul was committed by Houston. Shaquille is now 5 of 9 from the field. He has 39 points. 61 against the LA Clippers. Earlier this week had 40 in Denver, and that game had 12 of 16 at the line. And the rebound stolen by Fox. Here's Fox for 3. You know the motivation that Shaquille had to score the 61 as Sprewell comes up short. The Clipper-Laker game was a home game for the Clippers, and Shaq was looking for 10 or 12 additional tickets. And he said the Clippers would not come through. So he said he was going to take it out on the floor, and he certainly did.
Well, let me tell you something. I had that same situation happen. I was coaching in Chicago, and Larry Bird came walking out on the floor, and he said, Doug, what is the stadium record for points in a game? And I said, why? And he goes, I didn't get my tickets. I'm going to set it today. And I said, you can have mine. Here, you can have mine.
Well, Shaq having his ups and downs at the line here this afternoon. In that 61-point outburst, 45 minutes, 24 of 35 from the field, and 13 of 22 at the line.
And how about it? He was still 39 behind Wilt's 100. That's even more amazing.
It's like a lane violation is called. Did not matter because Shaq had missed the second free throw, so the Knicks will get it back. 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Well, the Knicks came out strong at the start, but from the second quarter on, they have not played well. As a result, they have been trailing. Foul on Fox, called a blocking foul.
You know, when we talked to Phil yesterday, I'd asked him during this stretch of time, had anything happened, especially during the Washington game. He said, you know what, we went through a defensive slippage period. We played Sacramento, Denver. We were getting to high-scoring games. Our defense slipped. We went to Washington, dug ourselves a big hole. And you know what's amazing thing? They go to Detroit, the second highest scoring team in the NBA, no practice after losing to Washington, hold them to 82 points. That is a lot of pride in this team, what they want to do defensively.
Shot clock is down to 3. Childs passed on the 3, hits the 2.
Still plenty of time in this game if they could get some defensive stops. It's a 9-point game. That's 3 possessions.
And the Knicks have tightened up defensively, although they continue to go single coverage on O'Neal. Here's Shaw for 3. Putting moves on O'Neal was stripped. And a foul. Well, apparently, no, Ewing thought he was fouled, but looks like he lost the ball out of bounds on the strip.
Yes, as Patrick completely lost confidence in that little jump shot, that little 10-foot jumper, Marv, that he used to be so good at, because it's there for him rather than forcing it in against Shaq.
You rarely see it. You see, for the most part, Ewing going drop step. Foul on Childs. It is number 5. And in the past, the one criticism against Shaquille O'Neal from a defensive point of view would be that he just would not come out to defend against the jumper.
And you know, that's there. If Patrick will catch that and just square up, he's got a little 10-foot shot there, and he's making it more difficult going into the traffic, into the lane.
Laker free throw shooting has been very poor. 14 of 27 for the game. And you see the matchup has not been a good one for Patrick Ewing, who has been playing well. Ewing, though, bothered by a touch of the flu. Might be a factor. Houston. Nice fake. Friendly front rim for Allan Houston.
And the lead is down to 8. Now it's Sprewell and Houston time. That's what Ahmad's got, that little piece after the game. The primetime guys, that's what they do. At this time, it's their time.
Kobe Bryant just cannot hit from the perimeter. Childs going all the way and through the foul.
Allan Houston, the little pullback dribble. We saw this earlier in the game. This time he gets Glen Rice up off his feet, and he gets the kind roll as it falls in. Childs at the line shooting 2, Mark, with 4:57 to go. This lead could be down to 6.
And Chris Childs, a very solid free throw shooter. 79% for the season. The Laker lead is 7. Phil Jackson wants to talk it over with just under 5 remaining in the fourth. Coming up, the final round coverage of the Bay Hill Invitational.
Now, Tiger is a great front runner, Marv. I follow golf, and he's had the lead 14 times after 54 holes and won 13 of them. So I like his chances today.
Good, chipping in with stats.
I listen to Johnny Miller.
That is all coming up. The Bay Hill Invitational here on NBC, following the Knicks and the Lakers. And the Knicks are now within 6, just under 5 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Lakers led 71-58 in the opening minute of this fourth quarter. O'Neal now played by Ewing. and help. Foul is called.
Mark, this is where we could start seeing now Shaq being fouled at the end of the game. It's 4:39 to go, and this is where they might start taking the fouls. Even though he's shooting the ball much better from the free throw line, you can't let him dunk it or lay it in. Patrick, he turns in here, and he tries to get the block. He hits him in the head, so now free throw shooting will come into play.
Ewing call for the foul is fourth, and Shaquille is now 6 of 12 at the line. Shaq with 40 points.
Wow, nothing but nylon on that one.
Lakers 80 and the Knicks 72. Knicks going with the three-guard setup. Sprewell is actually up front. He has Houston and Childs in the backcourt. Ewing. That time Shaquille came out to challenge the shot.
It's that fading jump shot that just, you know, if it doesn't go in, you really have no chance to rebound it. You put no pressure on the defense.
Ewing is now 5 for 18. Ewing getting a piece of it. 11 on the shot clock. Lakers will throw in. Phil Jackson has Shaquille O'Neal with Glen Rice and Robert Horry. A backcourt, Kobe Bryant and Brian Shaw. Oh, Kobe Bryant very fortunate to get it back.
Oh, what a killer.
Downtown.
Oh, the look on Sprewell's face. It looks like he has a steal. The ball hits him in the chest. It goes back to Kobe, and he hits a three as the clock's winding down. Killer shot.
On a day that has seen Kobe miss fire from long range, hits a huge shot. Patrick Ewing right back. And the Lakers now lead 83-74 with 3.5 remaining in the fourth. The drop step. Ewing on the rebound. That's 16 rebounds for Patrick Ewing. Thomas draws the foul.
This is a play that Kobe picks the ball up, and he barely beats the shot clock. By the time that ball goes in the basket, it goes to double zeros. And he's going to give you the little blow the smoking gun there that, you know, he hasn't been hot today, but on that shot, that was one of those killer shots. He was sizzling, absolutely.
Brian Shaw on that last foul. Lakers 14 foul. Sprewell, yes. Well, the Knicks are hanging around as time runs down. Down to 2:50 to go in the fourth. Lakers up 83-76. Chant of defense from the crowd. Horry for three. The Lakers have hit 2 3-pointers. Kobe Bryant and Robert Horry. And Robert Horry had been very, very quiet. Only 6 points for Horry. 2:37 left in the fourth. The Lakers by 10.
The 3.2 TL from Acura.
Introducing the H-Bomb, the only shoe chosen by all 3 finalists in this year's Dunk Fest. H-Bomb soles are filled with hydrogen. Hydrogen can be flammable and must be kept away from an open flame, but it's 10 times lighter than air. So when you go up in your H-bombs, baby, you ain't never coming down.
Comedy Thursday and all new friends. Everyone meets Ross's secret student girlfriend.
Oh, isn't she cute?
Nope. Then, it's the premiere of Daddy-O, the stay-at-home comedy worth, well, staying home for.
Dude, all right.
Daddy-O after an all-new Friends, NBC Thursday.
Well, this might have been the dagger that does the Knicks in. A very confident, poised three-point shot that puts the lead to 10. But the guy today, the man has been Shaquille O'Neal. The power inside, his activity, his ability to go to the basket, and his powerful finish. And even with a sore hamstring, what he's been able to do today. You see 41 points today, the stretch of games that this man has had. Again, Mark, no question, he is the MVP of this league. He's the most dominant player in the game.
Shaq stepping away, not looking to pick up a fifth foul as Kurt Thomas takes it to the hoop. 86-78 Lakers. The next team foul will put the Lakers over the limit. Knicks already are at the 5-foul mark. Shaquille O'Neal. Glen Rice able to deposit it home. 6 points for Rice, who has been off. So Shaq carrying this team most of the way. Then Kobe Bryant contributed. We saw some big buckets by Bryant and Ori hitting the 2 3-pointers. As a result, the Lakers with the comfortable lead. Childs, an unusual shot for Chris Childs. The Knicks are now down by 8.
You know what, and I want to say this in a complimentary way, Marv, about the Lakers. They're getting a championship arrogance about them. They get in a game like this, and you can just sense they feel they're going to find a way to win. Really poised in an environment like this that's going to be very much like the playoffs.
Well, we saw that, and I know you say that with affection regarding the Chicago Bulls. We saw it with the old Boston Celtics, the Detroit Pistons.
And, you know, Bob, we talk about, Mark, we talk about the Lakers. Remember the big game at Portland where Phil said whoever wins this game he thinks is going to win the division. Since that point in time, look what the Lakers have done. Their record, the point differential, and look how the Blazers have struggled. It's almost they went in and stung them, and the Blazers have struggled to recover from that. And it's that blow that you get when you go on the road and you deliver to a team that's fighting for the division for you. And Phil was very upfront. He made no bones about it. He said, I think whoever wins that game is going to win the division.
That was back on February the 29th. Lakers winning in Portland 90-87. And I know Bob Costas will be very appreciative that your thoughts are with Bob, who I'm told is
he's vacationing,
enjoying spring training. What a surprise. Hanging around the batting cage.
Well, you can call me Bill. That's okay.
It counts, and the foul, and the Lakers lead 90-82. Here's Marcus Camby checking back in, and Patrick Ewing departs. 12 points, 16 rebounds for Ewing, but only 6 of 19 from the field. Well, coming up next, our own Ahmad Rashad will host the NBA special Impact Players, where NBA stars who play crucial team roles are in the spotlight. 3-time NBA All-Star, the league's leading assist man, Jason Kidd, is one of those players. You can hear what he and some of the other Impact players say they do to lift their teams to that next level. That's NBA 2000 Impact Players next on NBC.
Got a violation here on the inbound play. Now, what happened, Mark? If you score, you can move on the baseline, okay? If it's a dead ball situation, you can't move. It's called traveling out of bounds. And you're going to watch Shaq now. He's going to move out of bounds. The minute you move, you've in essence picked up your pivot foot, and you're called for walking even though you're out of bounds. That's what that violation was.
And Ewing is back, replacing Camby in an offensive-defensive shuffle. A minute 10 remaining in the fourth. That was a big shot. Had he hit it, it would have brought the Knicks within 6 points. Now we're just under 1 minute to go on the fourth. And an 8-point Laker lead. Shaquille O'Neal. Set up by Brian Shaw.
Now, they've been doing that since their days in Orlando together. They have great eye contact out there on the floor from their days playing together early.
Houston ball on the three-point attempt. So the Los Angeles Lakers will make it 21 of their last 22 and a record of 55-12. That's the best in the NBA as they head to Miami for tomorrow night's meeting with the Heat. Shaq now 43 points on 18 of 31. And that is offensive interference.
Well, remember when Kobe was injured early in the season, Marv, he missed 15 games. The Lakers were 11-4, and everybody said, what's going to happen when Kobe comes back? What's going to happen with this team? Can they play together? After today, they're 43-8.
And at the time, there were certainly logical questions because right at the start, as Childs hits from downtown, there was a point where things were not working out. Certainly last year, that was the case, but it is a different situation now. They are indeed the combo. And the combo ends up with 43 for Shaq, 21 for Kobe. And the Lakers defeat the Knicks 92-85. Let's go to Ahmad with Shaquille.
All right, thanks, Marv. Shaquille, you're delirious?
No.
You played a lot of minutes today. How's that leg feel?
I'm good enough to do what I did. I came in, we wanted to come in and play hard. We know that it's a very physical, very good defensive playing team. So we just wanted to come in, move the ball, get it inside, and just play our game. That's what they did. My teammates looked for me today.
You know, a lot of times people talk about your offense. This team is offense, but what about the way you guys play defense?
Yeah, we played pretty good defense. We held them to one shot, and we hit a lot of shots, especially in the first half.
3 games. This was the 3rd game in 5 nights. Is it taking a little bit of a toll on your team?
No. Not at all.
So you're not tired? Well, then you don't need to rest. And I can ask you 3 or 4 more questions, huh?
If you like.
Okay. No, I think I'll wait till next time. All right, congratulations on a good game. All right, back to you, Mark.
All right, Ahmad, so Shaquille O'Neal with 43 points, nearly going the distance here this afternoon against the Knicks. Lakers go to 55-12. The Knicks win streak is stopped at 4. They are 40-25. Again, the final score, Lakers 92 and the Knicks 85. Coming up next on most of these stations. Stay tuned for NBA 2000 Impact Players, followed by the Bay Hill Invitational at 3. So, for Doug Collins and Ahmad Rashad, I'm Marv Albert from New York. You have been watching the NBA on NBC.